Hey friends, Mary here from Garden Adventures, and today I want to talk about winter sowing containers. And the biggest concern I hear from people is watering. Do I need to water? How much water? Are they getting too much water? Are they too dry? How do you determine all of this? So let's take a look at the containers and kind of talk through watering strategies. All right friends, here we are with our containers, and my containers are still a little frozen. Some of them are starting to thaw. They have condensation on them, and none of these need water right now. But some of the best methods to water, you don't want a large stream of water going into these individual holes. You want a gentle rain-like stream of water. I know it can really pour sometimes, but not all of that rainwater goes directly into the hole. It kind of gets diffused. But what we do want to do is make sure we are watering and that these containers don't dry out. So how do we do that? You make sure a few things. One, they have condensation, that water is still inside this container. Two, you can just pick them up. This container is heavy. This absolutely has a weight to it. There is water in this container. Next up, really get to know what it looks like inside your container. Does it look dry in there? If you look at your containers regularly to start with, you will know what your containers look like when they are moist. When you've watered them in well at the very beginning, you know what that container looks like. Take a picture if you need to. If you take a picture at the beginning, then you have something to compare to. You can pull it up while you're looking at your containers later in the season to see the difference. So you know what a well-watered container looks like, you know how heavy a well-watered container is. And that way you have some comparison later in the season. Next up, the ways we can water. So first of all, you can absolutely use a hose. My hose is not hooked up in the winter time, so it isn't the best method, but once we get into March and April, that may be your preferred method. You just want to make sure that you are using a light mist sprayer on your containers. You don't want that jet stream going into the container, because what it'll do is dislodge those seedlings, move seeds around. So definitely a more gentle mist spray. Other options are using a watering can with a sprinkler head. Again, you don't want to just pour water directly into your container. You want a more rain-like stream of water. The next option is a sprayer. So this is a sprayer that I use indoors, and it has a mist nozzle on it. And when you pump it, it has a gentle misting spray. Now, that is not my favorite option for outdoors, but it does work. So if you already have that container, it would work just fine on your winter sowing containers. Lastly, you can make a water bottle watering can with a sprinkler head, and I'll show you how to do that right now. All right, friends, this does not require a lot of tools. You need a water bottle. Any size is fine. This is a 16.9 fluid ounce water bottle, and I have a nail. So what you want to do is take your nail and heat it up on the flame and just melt a couple of holes in the lid. That's it. That's what you want to do. So you want to heat up your nail in the flame. You can use any flame that you'd like. You can do this indoors using the flame on your stove. You can use a lighter, or you can use a candle. I just chose to do it outside, so I did the candle. There's my nail. Okay, heating it up. And it does get warm, so I am wearing this glove. So just make sure you don't get your glove in the flame. And then you're gonna press it in to the lid to create, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 holes. And another. There. All right, let's go over to the plants. So you just want to squeeze gently. You don't want, again, a large amount of water going in these. You just want to get a little bit of water. You can, as you can see, this one does not have condensation on it. So you can tip it, and just run the water down the side so that we're getting water inside. I will also show you the mister, and this one is a little faster, I suppose. Just kind of wave it over top. Now you can try to get it down in there. And of course the watering can, you can just run over the top of all of the containers. Now, if you are concerned that your containers are getting too much water and sitting on the ground is creating kind of a vacuum effect and they're just sitting in water, you definitely want to move them. You can raise them up and put them on a bench or a table. You can add drainage holes, and make sure you poke some drainage holes on the side so the water can escape up a little higher so it's not pooling in the bottom. If you're worried that the containers are saturated, you definitely don't want your seeds floating. So those are the options if you think you're getting too much water. Definitely raise them up. You definitely want good drainage. Maybe add drainage holes, making sure that those are up on the side. All right, guys, I hope that helps. Checking your containers, knowing what a good moist container looks like will definitely help you keep on track for the season. So again, maybe take a picture and have that as reference for what your ideal container looks like. All right, everyone, that's gonna do it for today's video. I really appreciate you watching. If you enjoyed this, give me a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video.